Good evening, guys. It's Saturday, December 9th. My name is Dave Coker, and this is Talking About Finance. And okay, guys, here we go. Another evening talking about finance, and in a way that's unexpected. We can do this because we really enjoy the science, and especially the art of making money in the markets. And if you listen long enough, if you listen hard enough, you'll hear the tips that are between the lines of what we all joke about, which is, of course, making money. In the markets, yeah, but we also love side hustles. And if you ain't got one, think about starting one. You never know. Your side hustle just might turn into something generating more money than you ever thought possible. The S&P 500 finished up on the week about 21 basis points or 0.21%. 5 of 11 sectors closed up on the week, with consumer discretionary, communication services, and technology all leading the advance. 6 sectors fell on the week, with energy coming in dead last, dropped well over 3%. So 2023 is almost over, and short of some major disaster, we're going to have a good year. But what about 2024? Well, yeah, we're going to have to be very, very careful there. Lots of things have been pushed back, I should say, into 2024. Watch out for that. The VIX traded up on the week to 12.35. Traded down on the week, to 12.35. Started the week at 12.63. The 10-year note closed the week at 4.21. It's flat on the week, and it's up about 0.3% year to date. Oil closed the week at 71.20. Down about 3.9% on the week, and now down about 11.3% year to date. Today is Saturday, and yesterday was Friday. So yes, of course, I bought Bitcoin. It's still sort of figuring out what it's going to do because of the rumored ETFs, but I don't care. I just keep buying. Every Friday I buy, and I never sell. You should consider the same practice. So let's find out what me and my buddies, some 50 or so finance professionals from all around the planet, talked about last week. And just in case you don't know us, we are Global Wall Street. And between Telegram and our personal networks on LinkedIn and WhatsApp, we know everybody, absolutely everybody, all around the planet. And this week we're reporting from Wall Street, we're reporting from Amsterdam, we're reporting from Los Angeles, we're reporting from the city of London, and we're also in Shanghai this week. We have people everywhere, absolutely everywhere that matters. So let's go. 7 slides for 7 days. And look at it this way, guys. I'm a money freak. This is just what we do. We kick it, don't we, guys? Oh, yeah. Now, here's an interesting one. And yeah, I did mention when this got put on the channel, I said, geez, when I was at Deutsche Bank, they had 2 or 3 guys like that. Yeah, can't really type, but boy, my gosh, they make lots of money. And I'm talking more than 6 figures here. We're talking, the guys I knew at Deutsche were doing solid 7 figures profit for the firm. So yeah, they're not hired for digital literacy. They're hired to make money. They've got an edge. They're increasingly rare, these guys. But yeah, you do tend to see people like that doing all sorts of things. And one thing you have to be careful about is these memes that whip around. And we debunked this one pretty quickly on the group. Yeah, California raised taxes on the rich, and the next year they had as it says here, the 5th highest job creation and first budget surplus in a decade. But yeah, guess what happened? People just kept leaving. They kept getting out of California, and yeah, they got problems in California now, and it's called implementation lag in economics. It takes a while. You just can't raise taxes in 1 year, and then at the end of the next year say, it worked. We're creating jobs, we're doing all sorts of good things. It really, really doesn't work that way. There is a lag. Just like there's a lag between Mr. Biden's money printing, or I should really generalize, it's not totally fair to blame Mr. Biden, the way the U.S. government prints money, and inflation, when it pops up into the system. It does take a while, yeah, but it's inevitable that it appears, oh yeah. And when it appears, it's painful, as we're all finding out right now. Now, I wish I could tell you it's going to get better. it's not going to get better. It's going to be a problem for a while. It just is. And that all gets back to what the Fed is talking about, higher for longer. And that's a really, and they were talking about interest rates, but it turns out it's a really multi-dimensional type of phrase. You can apply it to inflation. You can also apply it to all sorts of other factors that we're looking at. And here's one that's not going higher for longer. Cardboard box shipments. God, I love these anecdotal indicators. Now, you might wonder what this means. Well, do yourself a favor and go back and overlay some recession indicators on top of this, or recession prints, and find out when recessions happened. Yeah, it's a good leading indicator. It's a good anecdotal indicator of economic trouble because we're using less cardboard to ship, and it's a problem. Oh, and here's the slide I wanted for earlier for my higher for longer thing, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, jobs just aren't really falling that quickly, job openings as a percentage of the labor force. And this is something I wrote a couple papers about. Something ended up on Medium. You could find it there. And of course, it was in the research a couple weeks ago that I saw my banking clients. We're just not seeing the job market correct. It's still very, very high. So interest rates higher for longer. Inflation higher for longer. Yeah, it's all pretty much the same, guys. Interest rates are going to stay higher. Inflation is going to stay higher, primarily because these job openings are staying higher. And the numbers we saw this week certainly didn't help in that regard. But still, it doesn't really matter because we can actually take a look at Bitcoin. And, you know, I do try to explain things to people simply and calmly about Bitcoin. I hope I don't look like the guy on the right. And when I talk to people about Bitcoin, what I really tell them is just buy and never sell. And that's a very, very simple message, a very profound message. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. We've minted or mined and distributed all but about 1.7 million of these coins. So yeah, the time is running out, guys, to get some Bitcoin. You probably want to grab some or start grabbing some now. Don't wait. Don't wait for there to be a drop. There might be a drop, but you can't time the market. It just doesn't work. So think about it that way, guys. You probably want to start to buy some Bitcoin if you're not already. I've been buying it every week for years. I never sell Bitcoin either. And when we take a look at Bitcoin's risk and return, now this is a classic chart that you'll see in business school if you're studying banking and finance, for instance, any type of portfolio management classes. Horizontally, we've got the risk. And vertically, we've got the returns. And you can see this really doesn't work, guys. Bitcoin's far out there. Horizontally, very risky. Vertically, very high returns. It really doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. Don't look at this chart and freak. And I didn't read the research note from Fidelity. Somebody just dropped it in the group, and I should have looked at it. But I just thought it was a little bizarre, actually, the way it was set up, because we know that the opportunities for Bitcoin, the opportunities presented by Bitcoin, really don't map well into what's called Markowitz mean portfolio variance. Yeah, so this chart's a little misleading in my opinion. Just get rid of the Bitcoin mint and you can see it makes a little bit more sense. You've got SPX at the top there, right north if you see 20 and going up. So, you know, you're looking at the uncertainty, the risk associated with the S&P 500 as opposed to other assets that you could buy. So it's a really interesting one, but don't let that take away from your mission as I'm assigning it this evening. Your mission is to buy some Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin regularly, and never sell. That's what I have done. That's what I'm going to continue to do. It's the only way. That's it, guys. Have a great evening. You're going to have a wonderful week coming up. You're going to make lots of money. Take care.